Alright, so we have finally gotten the spoilers for chapter 305 of My Hero Academia, and this chapter is so good that its spoiler went trending on Twitter. Although now I am unable to find it, but yeah, it sure did. So basically, this chapter focuses on Nana Shimura and Shigaraki and how Nana Shimura failed as a parent, that her grandchild, Toma Shigaraki, became a villain for the society. So today also I will be reading the summary by Asushi and Red and Blonde. But before that, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, as we are aiming towards to make a huge community of My Hero Academia fans so that we all can discuss all these chapter and anime together. So let's keep the hype going and let's get started. So the chapter title is Midoriya Isuku and Shigaraki Tomura. So the chapter starts with Nana asking Deku if he can kill Shigaraki or not. Deku was surprised to hear the question, and Nana explained that it is not that she asked him to kill Shigaraki. She only wants to know Deku's resolution. Nana said she sympathizes with Deku's feeling, where he thought Shigaraki looks like someone who is asking for help. Then Banzo, the fifth user, explained that although they see that Shigaraki looks like someone who is suffering and he does not seem like he was asking for help, even in that situation, Bonjo only saw hatred in Shigaraki's eyes. The first user explained that he was raised that way by All for One, so All for One could take over his body and use it as his own. So it seems like this was All for One's plan from the start of raising Shigaraki so that he can gain his hatred and make it as a weapon for himself to use against All for One. Continuing this, Bonjo explained that All for One has failed twice in taking One for All. First time was with himself and second time was with the sixth user N. Since one for all principle is one for all can only be used by controlling the user's will, also the origin of one for all is that they won't be held to all for one. In order to force one for all to surrender, all for one needs a will that is stronger than one for all itself, and all for one might be using Shigaraki's strong hatred for that. So it seems like that all for one is just using Shigaraki as a tool and just nothing. So continuing it, the first user explained that the objection of All for One is a power to defeat One for All. All might seem to have accomplished that job, but All for One came back. Nana then explained that Shigaraki is her grandson and she separated him herself from him in order to fight All for One. She felt horrible for pushing the responsibility of failing adult to a 16-year-old Deku, but if Shigaraki became the complete monster, no one would be able to stop him. Nana also explained that in this world there are people who won't be able to understand no matter what, how hard you try, and there are some people who are beyond saving. So she wants to know if although that person looks like they are asking for help, but it's not someone who can be helped, will Deku be prepared to stop him even if it had to be killing him? So it seems like that so far Nana is just like testing the resolve of Izuku Midoriya, and she's asking even if he wants help, even if Shigaraki want help, but if this help is only given to him by killing him, will he be able to kill him? So it's just that. So the boom. So as we continue, Izuku explained that he and Shigaraki were in vintage, although he felt such strong hatred in the deepest place of Shigaraki consciousness, he felt that he saw a crying kid. Deku continues to explain that he fought many villains, but in the end he could only fight to stop them and not save them. If he knew why they became villains, the result of fight might be different. Deku then said that he had learned from All Might that one for all is not the power to kill, but the power to save. Deku then continues to explain his reasoning, and first user and Nana looked satisfied with his answers. Then the panel shows Nana crying and told Deku to send Gran Torino her regards once he wakes up. The first user said to the second and the third user who are still facing towards the wall to let it go and start cooperating with Deku so that he can finally achieve the full power of One for All, implying that the reason they are facing towards the wall is because they haven't still acknowledged Deku as a current wielder. End of the chapter. So it seems like this chapter is really good, and the fact that second and the third users still does not believe and like Deku is something I really like, as it just signifies that all the users are not with same mentality. Although they want one all for one to be defeated, they don't want like anyone to misuse their power, or they don't want anyone to like actually use their power in wrong way, or it just tells that not every user is same and they have their different opinions, and without one, Deku can never like achieve full power. So it's pretty interesting, and I think that as close we are coming to the chapter, it seems like it is getting like actually like the manga is going to end really soon. Even Akatsuki like himself said that he seems like this volume might be the last volume we will be getting. So it will be pretty interesting to see what will happen next and how the end will happen. So it seems like I think that Endeavor and the two of them, their alliance will do something, and after that we will see Deku, Bakugo, and Todoroki going somewhere for training, and that's it. And I think that will be it for the ending. So yeah, that's it for this video. If you like have any comments or suggestions, drop them down in the comment section, and make sure to like and subscribe. So see you guys in the next one.